Welcome to the first tier list of the Average Joe playlist. Tier list, sorry. As I'm live right now, I'm going through the characters that we will be going through as the micropatch of May 30th, 2023. There was some changes to the sizes of the character, the buffs, and a nerf to X, and others. So we will start off with the forwards first. Let's go with Aimee. Aimee, I believe she is. So as this is a average Joe playlist, Aimee's ability has the problem with her is she's basically all skill shots, right? And if you can't land the skill shots, then that is an issue. So I think Aimee it's at a pretty good pick as a niche pick. That might change when I might get convinced later, but for now, we'll throw her for here. We will revise this at the end. Maybe there will be some changes. Now Asher. Asher, I think, as strong as her shield is, as a forward, she is a bit slow. I'm gonna throw her as a niche pick as well. Atlas. The thing about Atlas forward is Atlas doesn't have any aggressive attacks other than the primary shield push. He's good in his own way, just not sure about as a forward position, and he's also kind of slow. So we'll go with D. Although, with that said, if getting good awakenings, getting good creation buffs on him will kind of help. Jakar, definitely very strong. Jakar deserves to be in the A. Just because of the shotgun, right? To be able to stuff the goal, being able to stealth around, and there's no nerf to him. Nobody touched him or anything like that. After the brawlers got nerfed, it was definitely, and it's still currently definitely brawlers meta. So, and Jakar can definitely brawl a little bit with the shotgun staggers and slowing, debuffing enemies to just being invisible, and goalies can't predict where he's going to show up in. Right? Dubu, D tier. I've seen good Dubu forwards, and it is possible, right? It is possible. Just if you get some big sizes as a forward, like get some good awakenings, right? You will definitely be able to stuff the goal because your hitbox is just so bigger than the goalie so much. But with that said, right, awakenings, if everybody gets their perfect awakenings, then everybody could be S tier. So this is not counting with like the perfect awakenings that you'll get from your ranked or normal matches. And this is the average shows. And I'm not talking about pros. If it's pros, then like Jakar will probably be S tier. Aimee will probably be like A or B. And this is just average Joe, where average, and we're trying to make a tier list that is friendly to everybody, that's easy to use. Which brings me to Era. Era definitely S tier. Even after this nerf at the micropatch of May 30th, still very strong because of the ability. Just click, you're done. Shift, secondary, movement speed for your whole team. That's just irreplaceable. Movement speed is offense and defense, so that just gives you so much potential. And especially if you can master the special, the hurricane thing, that will destroy. Like it'll push the core into the goal. The goalies can't even stop it. There's nothing that can stop that. It's amazing. Well, yeah. Estelle, I firmly believe she is B, balanced, as the all things should be. She is I believe the core of staple of balance in this game. She has really good stuffing potentials, right? Really good scoring potentials, but then she can also get bullied out of her lanes by brawlers and such. and her shots have delays. It's not instant. Her primary has a delay. She does have, in the right hands, she could be very strong for sure. Juliet, S tier. From all the brawler nerfs to X, to sizes, and to removal of 1-2 punch and etc. Juliet has not been touched. Just her awakening items, but then again, she can get other awakening items such as the pancake one where she gets movement speed, right? Instead, so stacks on stacks. That's what I was thinking of. So I still think she is very strong and definitely deserves to be an S tier. Juno, also S tier. Juno is just so good, so oppressive in any skill level. In the beginner skill level, she absolutely stomps just because the computer plays the game for you. In top tier, you've seen goals just, people are, like, as a, if you are a great Juno player, you're great in all tiers, right? If you can predict where the core is going to be bouncing, where the goalie hits the core, you can set your Juno slime there. You can hop into another position, reposition yourself. You yourself can already cover 2 potential angles. If you drop your special slime, that covers even more, right? If you get the right awakenings, the stingers, and the siphoning wands, and you can just have your little slimes be nukes, right? And get the creation buffs, you should be giant nukes, right? Just landmines, just dealing damage to people all over. Even though there was a nerf a few patches ago, Juno still top tier, still very strong. Kai. Now, see, looking at Kai makes me kind of want to switch Aimee back to B, because Kai is another niche pick. Why am I thinking so much niche pick, huh? Let's throw Aimee back here. Alright, Aimee definitely deserves an B. Just because of the... I said is all skill shot. It is all skill shot, except for her special. Right? Her special at least can just shove a core in. Kai, on the other hand, yes, your three fireball primary is a good stuffer. It's also very slow. Special attack is good. Kind of hard to hit. Skill shot, right? Secondary is good. His movement speed. But as a forward, Kai is lacking a bit. Quite lacking. Now, Luna. Luna is, I would say, because of the recent buff that Luna got, of her special being much more damage, much more pushing people away, I think Luna is balanced. Luna was not very good, but don't forget, this is a average Joe tier list. Luna stomps in the lower level, alright? Because people don't know how to dodge it, people don't know how to get away from her nukes. She absolutely is a killer in the lower levels. In the higher tiers, Luna is still used, still could be very used, just not as efficient, because people do know how to dodge her abilities easier. And her her special is hard to control because you go really fast. Rune. I think Rune has really high potential. If you're good as Rune, you could do a lot because you're teleporting around the map and stuff, and you can predict where the goalie is going to be sending the core. So I would say, actually, if you know how to use Rune well, Rune is very good. But the thing is, this is a general tier list, so I've seen Runes, hit the core back into the teammate's goal before, right? Summoning the Rune box at the wrong time is definitely not making your teammates happy. So we'll put him in B for now. I think he's pretty balanced because he has many buffs recently, so I think he's at a pretty good spot. X, I think he got nerfed, but still, definitely A tier. And the reason why he's an A tier is because he's just easy to use, easy to bully people. Even though it got nerfed, yeah, sizing got nerfed, still very strong because he could just bully the crap out of anyone and just be a annoying person in the game. Anyone can pick him up, you know, beginners to experts, and are able to excel. Rasmus, A tier. Rasmus has everything in his kits, right? He has technically has 4 skills because he has. Oh, and he just got buffed this micropatch, right? His right click, his primary, his sweet spot hits harder now. His secondary allows him movement speed and allows him to stuff goal with a spin attack. And then obviously the special is the hook that we've all seen before. He can hook the puck to his direction and shoot it somewhere else. Or in Zap, he can just poke you into the hole and kill you. So he's also considered like a half brawler. Basically, he's versatile, and you're able to use him in almost any map, anywhere. You will not go wrong. Basically, the S and A tiers, you can just use them anytime. Especially the S tier, you know, maybe you if you want to ban one of them, right? But S and A, viable anytime. Right? Centauro, he could be a A tier, but he's not. The reason why is because it's a skill issue, right? In the hands of the right expert, Centauro will be very strong. Very strong. However, because he also has a sizing issue, he's tiny. He's one of the tiniest characters in the game with Luna. His hitbox is smaller than other characters. So I think he's balanced. He's in a good state. He could be strong, but you definitely need to know what you're doing if you're using him. Octavia. The thing is, Octavia could be very strong with oh, that is the wrong button. No, okay, it's still here. Wow. So the thing about Octavia is she is really good against lower level when you need to keep the ball away from her, right? Because if she gets to hit a few times, hitting enemies and getting the core hits, she becomes really, really fast and really oppressive. But I don't think she's OP as other tier makers consider. Just because at the higher level, I expect people to know how to dodge. Because when she activates her special, which is the pushing people out of the arena, there is a clear tell sign, kind of like X, where she just yells out. She plays like a music tune that clearly tells you that she's gonna be using her special. So I think, with that said, Octavia is pretty balanced. Yes, she has unlimited speed potential, but also like you need a good team around her to help her excel. She can't just excel by herself as easily. Vice, on the other hand, A. Vice very strong. Yes, skill shots with primary, but that special, that big wave guitar hit wave, so good. That'll let you so many goals if you hit it in the right angle. Obviously, sometimes you can score your own as well, but on the hands of a decent player, Vice is very strong, and Vice does so much damage. And Vice can also teleport, stun, teleport, and move around the map easily. Doesn't even need movement speed because she can just teleport. Very strong. Now looking back at this, I think I might have to move one of these B tier to C tier, and it will probably be anime will probably have to go back to C tier. Unfortunately, like I said, just the primary is just so hard to use for anime that I've seen animes like hit the core backwards because of how the explosion goes of the bomb, the right click. I mean, of the primary. It's you really got to have a good mastery of anime to be able to play her well. So this is the average forward list. Move on to the average Joe's goalie list. I mean, on goalie side, very strong, above average. Then just the reason why is you can get two things on her that can help her excel. The striker's glove, which allows her to all her projectile ranges increased. You know, basically her primary bombs can go further and travel further, can help like halfway through the map. And her creation on her special, right, the turret will be able to push almost all the way to the enemy goal, depending on the map. Very strong, able to teleport. You can also get ejector button if you like, right? Ejector button allows you to jump to midfield, go back. A lot of versatility. Asher, some might think it's very strong just because she has a shield. I think she's balanced. Reason why is she does have a shield. She does have anti-stuffing mechanics, but she is also very slow. Not very big as character, right? Like I said, but B is not bad, right? B is balanced, so it's not like she's not good. Still very usable, still very good, right? I think that's where it is. Atlas, despite the nerf recently on her patch, Atlas is still S tier. Just because it is a bruiser meta right now, meaning Juliet X is still really oppressive, killing your teammates. You know what? Atlas is the only character that can revive your teammates if you pay attention to your teammates about to die. That is invaluable, right? Being down one of your teammate 3v2 is not good. So having the ability to save your teammate, healing them, very good. Not other than that, you have anti-stuffing with your secondary, creating a giant force field around you. That can anti-stuff even Juliet when they try to kick it in the ball. You can anti-stuff any type of attacks, really. So very strong, and obviously you have a force push of a shield with your primary. So all that combined, he is one of the ultimate goalies, even with the nerf. Jakar A tier. Jakar in a higher elo is very strong as a goalie, and even as a lower, because he has double shotgun. He can shoot twice. With the with the strikers, or even a movement speed one. He has movement speed innately with his invisibility too, so opponent doesn't even know if he's going for the ball. Then he can use his special to shoot the puck and make everybody slow that touches it, or the enemies slower when they touch it. He can use his special to hit the ball away. So he's anti-stuff because he has strike and 2 shotgun blasts, so it's hard to push a ball past him, really. And he has movement speed, so that's that. Dubu is also an A tier. Dubu is very good, right? Because Dubu is basically Asher on steroids, because Asher doesn't have the size, while Dubu has the size. So Dubu can create the tofu line of defense. Dubu has a the secondary allows him to stun, push back opponents, KO them, even stun the puck, stun the core, allow him to control it. He has a really good, and plus if you get really bigger awakenings for him, he's insane. So Dubu is definitely strong, definitely above average. Era. Era, I believe, is a niche pick. Era is not terrible as a goalie, but not amazing either. Needs some work just because of she can stop stuffers by shrinking them, right, making them small. But she did get nerfed recently, and her primary cooldown is higher now. She does some movement speed for the whole team, right? But you know, she really doesn't have that much ability to stop when an opponent tries to stuff her. So that's why it's hard. Estelle is good. B tier. Estelle is good as a goalie actually because of her special ability, which is the projectile that shoots like a fan. If you get her striker gloves, those fan goes out pretty far, about like quarter to half the map. So very strong. She also has a blank. She also has a this primary sniper shot. Only thing bad about that is it's not instant, and sometimes when you're trying to primary sniper shot a core coming your way, if you don't time it good, you'll miss it and it'll go past you and go into your goal. So definitely, and I mean that is a skill issue, I suppose, but we are talking our average Joe tier list. That's why it's balanced. Juliet. Unfortunately, brawlers are not very good as goalies. I'm sure you can see why. They don't have any range. You can try Juliet if you like, but unfortunately, it's gonna be a D. Juno is not bad, right? Juno is not bad, but not great either. So the thing is, I'm a little hesitant of putting Juno in balance, but I'll put her there for now. Juno can shoot her slimes really far, then like the previous forward play tier list, do a lot of damage, but when she gets stuffed, it's hard, right? Juno doesn't have the ability to stop stuffing like Atlas, like Dubu or Jakar or Amy. Right, Amy has the turret. Like if you get stuffed, you can use the turret up or down and just block off a path and not let them score, right? And just having a lot of offensive power as Amy. But Juno doesn't have that. Juno creation, yes, is strong, but it's stronger as a forward than as a goalie. But definitely fun to play as a goalie. So she's fun, just not very strong. Kai, top tier. Probably even better than Atlas, honestly. Just because of self movement speed. If you get the striker on him, the fireball goes further. Anti-stuff because of the primary, right? 3 hits, 4 hits. He doesn't get stuff like that, and his special, the fireball, is strong, and it hits really hard, and you can score from your goal to enemy goal if you hit it perfectly and no enemies in the way and stopping them. I've seen plenty of Kai goalies just scoring by himself using his own abilities. Just also Kai using ejector button, very strong as well. Right, just getting movement speed. Now push all the way in and triple 3-person attack, and then go back immediately using the ejector button. Very strong. Juno. Sorry, not Juno. What's her name again? Shoot. Luna is probably. You know what? I think I'm gonna move Juno bound to niche, and Juno should. There you go. Luna should be here. Luna is like in between B and A because she just got buffed. Her ulti got buffed. She can do damage anywhere on the map, right? Anywhere on the map. Having a giant nuke. The problem is people can dodge nuke, but as a goalie, it's better that way. As a goalie, you can actually control. You have much more control as a goalie. Plus ejector button, allows her to fly and help attack the goalie. Just very strong. She also has a missile that can shoot, that can push the core away. But yeah, she does also. But the problem is she doesn't have the anti-stuffing mechanic into her kit. And sometimes if you nuke the wrong direction, right, the core bounces backwards towards you. That's why it's B. Rune. Rune is... You know what? Rune is probably a B tier. Just because of probably better than Asher. You know what? Rune could even be A tier. No. Let's put Luna in A tier, bottom of A tier, and then Rune will be the top of B tier. Because Rune is hard to play. I've seen Rune goalies place a Rune block that just blocked his own way out and self-scored, you know. I mean, Rune's got a lot of buffs recently. Rune can do a lot of damage, but Rune is just... Rune is anti-stuff, right? He has anti-stuff mechanics, but still very hard to play, hard to master. And as an average Joe tier list, let's put him as balanced for now. X, I'm sorry, X is not a very good goalie, and I'm sure you see why. The brawlers have it rough, right? Rasmus is a niche pick. Rasmus can be fun as a goalie because you have your special that you can immediately hook a ball away, make some flashy plays. You have movement speed with your secondary, you know, and you have your core sweet spot buffed with the primary. So not bad, definitely not bad, but not as good as the characters above him, unfortunately. Centauro is also, well, let's put Centauro at the top of D tier, I suppose. Centauro is okay. I mean, he can stop the puck, he can do damage, but the issue with Centauro is he has no size. He's just tiny. What can you do, right? Just tiny. Octavia is a niche pick. Octavia's not bad. Octavia has movement speed, but Octavia really just doesn't excel in a goalie spot, unfortunately, because just doesn't have much to offer there. Oh, I think I need to make an adjustment because I truly believe. Okay, I'm gonna have to move. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Luna. Because Vice is A tier, bottom of A tier. I've been playing a lot of Vice goalie lately, and Vice, let me say, Vice goalie is pretty strong. With ejector button, you can teleport half the map, right? Not only do damage to enemy if you can predict it, do half the map, go in there, you know, play your guitar, you know, play your special and knock people away, do a bunch of damage or waste their meter to dodge, create havoc, then jump back to your goal. Like, that's valuable and that's strong, and that doesn't require like a lot of skill to do. So I think this is the final. This looks pretty good to me. So this is the final goalie, and this is the final forwards tier list. Thank you for watching and listening to the Average Joe tier list of Omega Strikers. Thank you.